The Marketing Funnel Strategy Show. More leads. More sales. More predictability.
Introducing Jared Hyman, sales and marketing expert. Introducing Serena Carley, marketing and outsourcing expert.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Marketing Funnels and Strategy Show for the 13th of the 12th, 2021. Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. On today's episode, you know the drill. We come at you free 2 times a week. All we ask is that you just give us, if we just add value to you in any way, shape, or form, just share the show. Comment below, tag somebody who you think could benefit from the show. And secondly, just, share it out with some people, right? If you know there's somebody you think might be interested, share it with them. That's all we ask. We come at you free 2 times a week. Actionable things to help you take your business to a new level. So today's episode, I want to give you 3 different things that you can do to be able to finish off 2021 strong and start 2022 on the best possible track that you can. And that's what it's all about. So really excited for this show, and this is going to be one of, we're getting towards the last shows for the year, which is super exciting. So the challenge, right, for a lot of people these days is they when it comes to getting clients or it comes to finding new clients, most people have a tendency to think it's overcomplicated. They feel the fear of potentially even reaching out to new potential clients, or getting rejected. There's multiple different reasons why a lot of us don't do what is necessary to bring in new clients. I know for me, a large percentage of it all in the early stages was fear of failure. What if I don't do a good job with the person when they join? Which, I'm actually looking well and truly past. Like, it's kind of interesting. Like, I looked at my journey over the years, and my fear of failing was fear of when this happened, right? And I didn't have clients at the start, like a lot of people probably, everybody's in the same spot. I didn't have clients when I first started. And, having a fear of failure as in, not being able to deliver what I know that I can deliver for somebody is actually really stupid in the logical mind, because in a lot of times at stages when somebody first gets started, they don't know whether they can deliver anything at all. They have an idea, a methodology, but still got to be tested, right? Which is a large percentage of what happens when you first started. It's like, how do you turn your product into a proven product? But that's for another episode that we'll talk about. However, how do you go about this month in 2021, finishing off 2021, and to start 2022 on the right point? How do you go about finding clients? I'm going to give you 3 different ways to do that today. Number 1 is there's this magical thing and contraption on the internet today called social media. There's an even more magical place on social media that has large amounts of people that have a certain problem that your business solves. And that one thing is called Facebook groups. These do not have to be Looks like I'm back up and running. Don't know what happened there, but looks like I'm still live. So the magical contraption called Facebook groups is a great way to be able to find clients, and it's a great way to be able to open up conversations so that you can start, finding leads and people that would be interested in your particular type of product, right? So using Facebook groups as a way to be able to find clients is a great way to get started. It requires no advertising spend, and not only that, but it's just a little bit of time on your behalf. And if you spent 2 to 3 hours a day just prospecting through Facebook groups, you'd be able to quite quickly be able to find some people that are interested or potentially interested in your type of product or service that you can then filter across to a sales conversation. So that's the first way that you can go about finding clients and acquiring clients online today, so that you can start sort of moving towards what it is that you want to move towards, which is finding new clients and taking 2022 to a new level. So that's tip number one. Number two is you can physically write just basically a simple email sequence, and you can start reaching out to people online that are a particular type of audience and person, and you can drop them into cold email sequences. So you could go and buy lists of companies, and you could literally just, once you get those lists and you purchase them, and it could cost you $500, could cost you $1,000, could cost you $2,000, whatever it might be. And you could literally just start emailing those sequences, just doing cold email sequences, and you could start finding people that are interested in your product that way as well, by looking for certain demographics and so on certain lists. Now, there is some things that you want to keep in mind when you're looking for companies that you can buy lists off and things like that online. And you also want to make sure that those lists are washed. They're not on do not call registers and all these different types of things. So there is some things on that as well, which you can find a lot of that information online as well. Or you can go to certain data companies that will be able to provide you a lot of this as well, right? So it's super easy for you to be able to find an additional way to source leads and start having some conversations as well. So that's tip number two, is you could buy lists and you could cold email. Number three, to be able to get clients in 2022, you can follow up past lost deals. So if you've had sales conversations with people in the past, you could follow those people up to see if they've changed their mind, see if they've got any services like yours sometime soon, or whether they're still looking for some help. You can follow up lost deals, people that you've had conversations with in the past, and you can start opening up or re-engaging conversations with these particular types of people. So you can go and follow up all lost leads, anyone you'd had a conversation with. It could have been in the last 90 days. Go through your email lists, go through your call lists, whatever it is you got, and you can start following up people that you lost in the past, right? Because I find a lot of people, right, they'll go, oh, I'll just go out and find new leads, which is all good and great, but it's like when you go out and you find new leads, that's like the start or restart of a sales process again. But there's people that are in your pipeline that you may have lost or you may not have done business with before, or may have opened the conversation about doing business before, that already kind of have a certain level of introduction to you that you can turn back into a sales opportunity again. And sometimes some people need a little bit of time to think, problem to get worse and worse and worse, for you to come in then and be able to solve the problems, and they'll move forward a lot faster because you kind of got a relationship there already, right? Would you prefer to go and start a whole new relationship with somebody, or would you prefer to literally just go out and continue a conversation with somebody you already know? So a large percentage of marketing, right, isn't always about going out and finding new people. It's also about how can I re-engage previous conversations, right? We're talking about, how do you go about generating, or how do you go about finding new people that, or how can you go about finding clients in 2021 to finish 2021 strong, or into 2022, right? So there's a couple of things that you can do, right? I've just given you three main tips. I'm going to give you a fourth as well, because I feel that it's relevant as well, because a lot of people have a tendency to think, okay, cool, I'm giving you like three main ways today to find new clients, and none of this is actually revolutionary in any way, shape, or form, by the way. It's just very simple stuff that you can use to be able to help yourself move forward. So number one, if you look at it, was, I forget what I even said number one was. Facebook groups. Look for Facebook groups with problems that you solve. Go into those Facebook groups, be active. You can search through them. You can find people that are asking certain questions. You can ask them if they've had those problems solved, that type of stuff. You can open up new conversations that way. It's a very organic, free way of being able to do it. I do it all the time. Number two is you can literally be able to acquire a list either of, and this could be of somebody else's, this could be a list that you purchase. You could actually buy into the ability to be able to email a list of somebody else's as well. You can also follow up a current list that you might have. You can scrape details off online, put them through a do not call register, sort of make sure they're clean, that type of stuff. You can start cold emailing away. You can actually get that started today. You can do the first one today as well. It's very simple. Number 3 I gave you was make sure that you follow up deals that you've spoken to in the past, conversations that you've opened up in the past, and start having conversations with people who already know who you are, right? It's not always about going out and finding new stuff when you can follow up things that have already been started, and all you got to do is close them. And sometimes it could be is revitalizing the offer that you give to somebody. And once you give them a new offer, they take up that offer so much faster. Interesting, right? So that's the third way. Number 4 is you could literally use, what do you think I'm going to say? Well, you could quite easily be able to use Facebook ads, right? Instagram ads. There is such a great way to be able to generate interest in your product and service. Even a few times I've done like little TikTok videos saying I'm looking for 5 people to do this. Use that as an organic strategy as well. And I've generated leads doing that particular method as well. So there's like an enormous amount of different ways that you can really take 2021 and finish it strong, and take 2022 and to a whole new level by getting started this month. There's too many people that are going to take time off over Christmas. This is your time to move forward. This is your time to get a leg up on these people that are going to slack over that period and take it easy, right? Good time to be able to move forward and just put a little bit of sacrifice in where other people weren't willing to be able to do it. You move forward by doing what other people aren't willing to do. If you can do more of what other people aren't willing to do, you will create enough traction that you will surpass anybody who is not willing to do what you do. You can literally outwork people. You can, even by just outworking and doing more within your offer than anybody else, you can really help yourself get some huge leaps and bounds forward and make 2021 one of the biggest years, or finish it the strongest you ever had, and take 2022 to a new level. And that's what it's all about, right? So that's the 4 different ways that you can acquire clients before 2020, the end of 2021, and before 2022 starts, and you can start the year as fast as possible and live the life that I know that you should. So all I request with any one of these videos is that you just remember this one thing. If you do not fight for your own freedom, absolutely nobody else will. So every single day you must get out there. Every single day you must take action. Every single day you must make it happen. Remember to be the warrior. I will see you all on Monday for the Marketing Funnels and Strategy Show. See you then. Cheers.